The controller told us that these objects had been observed for over 2 weeks, coming down from over 80,000 feet, rapidly descending to 20,000 feet, hanging out for hours, and then going straight back up. For those who don't realize, above 80,000 feet is space.
Is there a correlation between any of the characteristics of these UAPs, UFOs?
What we tend to see are the smaller vehicles tend to be, think of a sports car. The large ones tend to be, not always, but almost exclusively either triangular shape or boomerang shape.
Werewolves? I see dead people walking around like regular people. They don't see each other. They only see what they want to see. They don't know they're dead.
The UFO, UAP community was fairly surprised. Shocked might be a better word.
If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
Biologics came with some of these recoveries. Yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human.
Do you think there is life on other planets?
Well, I'm not quite sure, but I suppose there would be.
I've seen a flying saucer.
You've seen one?
Yes, definitely. At Lane Cove.
When was this?
1953.
You don't think this is a figment of your imagination?
Several other people with me saw it.
I'm not wishing that all that stay with me.
The power of Christ compels you! The power of Christ compels you!
There is now a new UFO whistleblower with some major bombshell-level statements.
There is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
This episode is brought to you by some amazing people. The Diz Loki, Patrick O'Leary, Tabin R., Gary T., Eddie Tab, Diane Boss, Mecca Mickey, T-Bone, Dorothy Hawkins, Jeanette Angel, Kelly Lewis, Richard and Fern Harrison, and Nathan from The Quantum Show. And a special thank you to all of our subscribers on YouTube, Spotify, and now over on Rumble. If you wish to support the podcast, you can click that join button below to become an Eyes to That Sky member. Or if you want to join our Patreon or to provide other support, the links are below in the show description. But now, on with the show. Welcome to the Michigan UFO Sightings and Paranormal Encounters podcast, where we explore the unexplained and mysterious phenomena that have occurred throughout the state of Michigan and beyond.
From UFO sightings to ghostly encounters, we delve deep into the stories, the evidence, and the theories behind these strange events.
We are your hosts. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Wayne.
We are an educator duo that after an encounter with a triangular UFO in 2018 in Michigan, we decided to investigate UFOs and the paranormal. In this podcast, we will be speaking with eyewitnesses, experts, and researchers to uncover the truth about some of the most intriguing cases of paranormal activity in and around Michigan.
Our goal is not to convince anyone of the existence of these phenomena, but rather to provide a platform for discussion and exploration. So, buckle up and join us on this journey down the paranormal rabbit hole.
On an escalator.
All right. Hey, everybody. We are back. How's everybody doing? Woo. Greetings, everybody, and welcome to the Michigan UFO Sightings and Paranormal Encounters podcast. We are coming to you from within the shadow of the great Motor City, Detroit, Michigan. Deep within our underground bunker, we want to thank you for joining us on another November episode. It is Sunday, November 17th, 2024, the time of this live show and recording, and it's just 4 more days until my shoulder surgery. Yay me. Yay. Yeah. Yay for nobody. I am not excited for this. So, yeah.
So remember, if you have a story, and Wayne is going to have lots of time on his hands for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So if you have a story you would like to tell us, or if you would like to email the show, you can do that at mi.ufo.podcast@gmail.com, or hit us up on the Facebook page too, because
Things are going crazy over there. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. Also, if you'd like to make a donation to the podcast, you can do so with PayPal, Super Chats, buy us a coffee. We love coffee. Check out our merchandise store or join the Patreon. All of those links can be found below in the show description. If you do become a YouTube member or a Patreon member, you will get a shout out during the intro and be listed in the credits at the end of the show as a thank you for your support.
okay. Michelle had a technical mic difficulty, so hopefully you guys were able to hear me through Wayne's mic. Plugged it in. I just forgot to turn it on.
Oh, here you go.
Oops.
So why don't you say it again? What about having a story to tell?
Oh, I was going to say, well, if you have a story to tell, because again, Wayne is going to have 2 lovely weeks to be able to read stories, make sure that you send those stories to mi.ufo.podcast@gmail.com.
Yeah. All right. And if you guys can help us out, make sure you are hitting that subscribe button. According to our analytics, we've had a great jump in subscribers. It's been awesome. But 51.3% of you watching this are not subscribed. Let's try to get that lower, everybody. All right. And also make sure if you're listening on Spotify that you are hitting that follow button so you can get notified with any new shows and stuff we have coming up. All right, Michelle. What else?
Well, we need to say hello to everyone in chat.
Oh, it's the UFO chat monsters.
Ooh, the chat monsters.
Yes.
Well, got to say hello to Nathan from the Quantum Show, who's listening at work. We've got T-Bone. We've got Diane Boss here with us tonight.
Absolutely.
Gary has joined us. We have Dorothy Hopkins. Stephen is back with us. We missed you for a couple episodes. We've got Straw Dog. We've got Mark Eddy has joined us. Janine Hollis is with us tonight. I think I got everyone I'm going
Sounds
through.
about right. I'm looking over on Rumble. I don't see anybody live in our chat over there, but it should come through over here on StreamYard. I don't know. We'll have to see how that works. We got a busy show tonight. So as everybody knows what recently happened. So there's been some massive news on the whole UFO UAP topic. Everybody's been talking about it. And that's because there was another UFO hearing in Washington, D.C. last week. And with that new hearing came the release of a new name about a USAP. What's a USAP, you say? Well, hold on to your socks, because USAP, USAP, stands for Unacknowledged Special Access Program. And don't worry, we're going to say the name probably a bunch of times on here as we talk about this. And I know a lot of people have already talked about it, but we'll scan the document for you, and we're going to actually put the document up on our Facebook group once we're done with this. But yeah, and then we have yet a new but also an old president. So, you know, we got a new president of the United States coming in here. So, and man, I'll tell you what, we have some awesome reports coming in from last week. And I want to say half of them are from the west side of Michigan, really picking up again, Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo area, Portage.
Man, I was going through the, accepting, and I noticed this huge influx from Lowell, Michigan.
Yep.
So
and I think there was another news article that was put out about these sightings, and that might be generating more.
Lowell. Never heard of it. It's a town in Michigan, and just there's reported sightings, and then like this mass groups and invites to the Facebook page. So we've been able to pull some of those stories.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is, we had a real active Facebook posting going on. I want to show you guys some pictures that people have taken, some videos that people have taken with their sightings. And there's even some east side of the state. And if you're not a member of our Facebook group, and you're listening to this, you want to go through the show description and join our Facebook group so you can get over there and see the stories and the videos and stuff. And you guys can see what we see all the time here in Michigan. Michigan is a crazy, crazy, crazy hotbed of activity. And one of our former guests, Brian Bowden, put up a video just not too long ago on Facebook. I'm going to play it for you guys. And one of the explanations is that it's seagulls, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Speaking of our Facebook group, so it is just going crazy right now, this time of the year. As they say in my school, things are popping off. And all 7,297 of you are seeing everything that's going on the Facebook group with the UFOs. So I have a challenge for everybody out there. I would like to get our Facebook group by the end of the year up to 10,000 members. Again, we're at 7,297 members on that Facebook group. Now, you can find it. You can't just automatically join it, though. Michelle and I will have to approve it. And like Michelle said, I got a couple of weeks off. So I should be able to just go ahead and click with my finger, not move my shoulder at all, and approve a bunch of people. So just ask to be approved. And we would love, love, love to get you guys on our Facebook group so you can see this and hit that 10,000 members by the end of the year. Because honestly, there are some shows out there that are a lot bigger than ours, and podcasts that are bigger than ours, but nobody is coming close to our Facebook group size. And you guys are the best out there. So we have a lot to dive into. So Michelle, you know what to do. Hit that button. Oh, wait a minute.
You've got the button.
I've got the button.
You've got the button.
Okay, let's hit that button. Let's go. It's a new show, everybody. All right, that's enough of that.
Oh, Lord. I'm like trying to respond in chat, and you're calling me out about some button.
I know.
I have no button.
Well, let's see. Let's talk about the first thing. Some paranormal politics stuff going on here. We have a new president of the United States for the next 4 years, and that's going to be Donald J. Trump again. He's an old president. Now he's a new president. He's going to be taking over that White House soon, and hopefully try not to
get us blown up.
Get us blown up at all. That would be nice. Maybe get some, I don't know.
You can blow up our podcast, though. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. We're going to get, Orange Man on here. Orange Man Bad or whatever. Hey, it's Patrick O'Leary. Hey, what's going on? So, yeah. So, that was a very interesting night. And I don't know how much paranormal was involved in that. Probably for some people, it was very paranormal and a nightmare. For other people, it was a huge celebration and God knows what. But it is interesting because he is only the second president to get a second term that is not consecutive. I think it was Grover Cleveland was the only other president that served 4 years, lost his second run, and then came back in for a third. So, yeah, very interesting. And here's a hint for the Democrats, because, you know, back in the day when I first started voting, it was pretty difficult on who to choose, who I wanted to throw my vote in for president. This time around, the Democrats made it way too easy to vote for Donald Trump. I hate to say it. I'm one of those true independents. I try to keep an open mind. But when you try to prosecute somebody over and over, call them Nazis, call half the country deplorables and garbage and all that stuff, I think even the Democrats got sick of it. And you guys lost. And you kind of deserve to lose because you didn't even put somebody out there that anybody knew. So
I'll say this.
It was a waste of money for them. And
so
I'm
we can
disappointed.
And the politics talk for now is
Yep.
I really like the early voting.
Oh, yeah. That
So
was cool.
that, I
was
mean,
cool.
because no matter what day, every single year with voting in the past, I would be in professional development until 3:30, and I would be so
Yeah.
god awful exhausted. The last thing that I wanted to do was go and stand at the polls.
Yep.
So I will say voting early this time was nice.
Yep. And I want to put this, where'd it go? There it is. Sorry. EA or EA says he is for disclosure. He says he is. Come to find out, he was going to release those JFK tapes or something that he had about the assassination of JFK. Come to find out, he didn't do that because there are people that could be implicated in that are still alive today. So, and I don't know if there were members of his family or something like that could be implicated. So, and T-Bone's
Hey,
hitting
look
it.
at you, T-Bone.
Look at that. Gifting 5 subs. So Michelle's going to have to read more names. T-Bone gifting those 5 subs, man. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Also, YouTube has started a new thing, by the way. If you guys look, we have set a super chat goal that within the next hour, if you guys could do a $2 super chat and do it 10 times, we'll do a special show for you guys and host a Q&A just for you guys. Yeah. So
while Wayne is on his surgery meds.
while I'm on my surgery meds and seeing pink elephants and stuff, you know, so
God only knows. I might have to like get a taser gun to silence him every now and then.
Hey, look at this. Look at this. Diane Boss. Now, look, Diane is a true veteran. She should be getting veteran benefits because she has now been a member for 14 months. Love you guys, even all you in chat. Yes, Diane, we love you too. Thank you for becoming or being a member for all this time. Amazing. So anyways, as Michelle said, we'll stop with the political talk, but hopefully people can get their act together and we can not try to pick the...
I'm just ready for 2024 to be done.
Yes, absolutely.
Holy smokers.
What is going on here?
Look at you, Gary.
It's Gary. Gary with the super chat for $9.99. Holy smokes. Well, I guess you see what had happened was. Thank you, Gary. We appreciate that,
dude,
man.
He's in his Detroit Tigers gear, of course.
Of course.
Thank you, Diane.
Diane Boss with a $2 super chat.
God.
Diane, what? Dorothy going crazy. Oh, man, we appreciate that a lot. Thank you. You guys rock. I'll donate to your goal anytime, every time, Dorothy Hawkins.
Yeah, he had just said something about it earlier, and I'm like,
yeah.
when I heard the 10,000 for the Facebook, I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna have a lot to do.
T-Bone coming in with a $2 Canadian super chat. Thank you. Which, by the way,
Friends of the North.
Yep. From the Great White North, right? Is that what they call Canada?
I like going to Canada. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I need to use my enhanced license again.
I'm going to Canada virtually.
Yep.
But November 29th at 9 p.m. Pacific time, I will be on Spaced Out Radio with Dave Scott. I'll be doing that Friday, November 29th at 9 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah.
So basically,
I'm
I'm gonna stuff this turkey next to me the night before, and then he's got to stay up late the next night.
Yeah, that's gonna be rough, man. But yeah. So, and I don't know what kind of medication I'll be on. I can't take the opioid stuff. I get sick. So, yeah. So, anyways, I'll be on Spaced Out Radio with Dave Scott November 29th. Make sure you guys check it out. And I'll post all the links and stuff as those become available. All right. Is it a podcast or YouTube channel? Gary asked. For Spaced Out Radio, it is both. It's actually a radio show too. I believe he uses StreamYard like we do, and we kind of do the same kind of talk. He's out of Canada. He's a good dude, and he also is on a couple of local networks on their radio up there in Canada on the West Coast, British Columbia, I believe. So, hey, Tabin Rice for $2 super chat. Thank you, sir. Man, we're 5 away from our first goal ever doing that. That's awesome. So let's see. Dorothy Hawkins says November 29th, Red Letter Day for Wayne. He'll be on Spaced Out Radio. Yes, ma'am. You've got it. So like I said, I'll be putting all that stuff in our Facebook group, on our Facebook page. I'll put it on our post here on the YouTube channel, all of that. And, CBD helps. I do have some. Hold on. Speaking of that, look at this. I'm prepared, dude.
Is it the CBD stick?
Yes, the stick. And
Yeah.
I'm holding it with my right arm, with my shoulder, and this hurts just holding this little bottle right here. Yeah. Jay Hall's here. Jay, what's up, man? Good seeing you. All right. So anyways, there's the political talk and everything else, and talking about being on Spaced Out Radio. Keep your eyes and ears open, and I will let you know. I'll be on my own. Michelle will not be joining me on that one, but it should be a fun time. I'll be on from 9 p.m. Pacific to 11 Pacific. So yes, and I agree. CBD oil is awesome for aches and pains and everything else. So, all right. Where do we want to go next? Oh, the UAP hearings. Well. Michelle, did you watch any of that?
No, I've had a lot going on this week with going back to work after my dad's passing. So
yeah,
and a lot of just work stuff right now with contract negotiations.
Yeah, so there's been a lot of things. Obviously, we haven't done a show. We didn't do a show last week because we were down in Kentucky and funeral arrangements and staying down there with family. So Michelle's been busy catching up on work. I've been preparing for my 2 weeks out of work here, which is going to be I've got 1 week done. I got to plan everything else. But Gary says it was super interesting. I will say that I found it extremely interesting. A lot of people have already talked about this. One of the big things that happened at the start of was Representative Mace, who was running. She was running the meeting or the hearing, And she said, if I say some certain words, I'm going to end up on a list. And she was like, okay, so I'm just going to say all of these names, put me on a list, bring it. Right. So, and then another representative did the same thing. So it was very interesting, but my comment back to them was, ask Tulsi Gabbard how that's working out, because she's a lieutenant colonel in the National Guard and a former Democrat, now Republican, on the Trump team. And she's on some kind of a list where she gets special searches and everything when she tries to fly. So
excuse us, we'd like for you to go into this room.
Yeah, she gets some real crappy treatment, and they follow her around in the airport as if a lieutenant colonel in our military is going to be. I doubt she would. I doubt she would seriously take that. But no, the hearing had some very interesting things. Lou Elizondo just came right out when directly asked by Representative Mace, is there UFO retrieval programs? Yes, there are. Have they recovered crashed UFO wreckage? Yes, they have. Was there biologics or pilots or whatever recovered, or bodies recovered? Yes, there was. It was interesting, and I'm really interested in the fact that they had Dr. who was a rear admiral, Dr. Goulet, I think his name is, or Gallaudet, who specializes in the USO, the undersea or unidentified submerged objects. And well, they're still UAP now. So yeah, Dorothy Hawkins says Nancy Mace was awesome. Yes, she was, man. She wasn't messing around at all. And it's good to see he was talking about, again, a story told to him by somebody on a submarine, talking about these things doing a couple 100 miles an hour, changing direction underwater, flying out of the water, going back in the water, like just no problems at all. And it was really something. Nathan says something here. Let's pop this up. This is a good conversation here. Elizondo stayed true to form by sidestepping straight answers. Well, I saw an interview with him, and Nathan, I'm not disagreeing with you at all, but I saw an interview with him on Diary of a CEO. Good podcast, you guys. If you never heard of it, you got to check it out. Steven's a good guy over in Europe. I think he's in London. Good dude. Had Lou Elizondo on there, and Elizondo basically just put it out there and said, everything I do is to bring the truth out within the boundaries of not breaking any security oath or anything that would go against the United States. He basically says that 100%. Like, he is not going to put anything out there. His book went through that DOPSR, where they have to approve his book and what could be released and said. And that took a year for that to happen. So if you come at it with Lou not wanting to breach any kind of confidentiality or say anything that's going to put the U.S. at risk, I gotta give it to him, because he says he's a patriot. He's not going to do that. But I think there's things that are going to be coming out anyways, with or without him. I think he might just be the softening that has been happening up to disclosure. And so Nathan says he repeats the statement over and over at the hearing. Yeah, he does. So Yeah, and T-Bone says that or go to jail. Yeah, absolutely. He's got kids still, and you know, it's a fine line to walk. If you're a true patriot, you believe in the primacy of your country, right? And you're going to do whatever it takes and uh stay within your lane, let's say, so that you don't get in trouble. And you know, I got to give it to him on that. He doesn't want to break his security and his oath of whatever office and stuff like that. Stuff that he hasn't been cleared to release, he's not going to release it. But he did talk about the videos and the high res videos. Now, the guy, what was that? Dr. Gold? That guy from NASA, or formerly NASA, that dude was shady. I don't care what anybody says. He was very, very shady.
What, NASA? Never a straight answer?
Never a straight answer. And now he works for a private company, and I think they're going to try to get money, right, to investigate UAPs. He sounded like a salesman, and it was really, really, really disappointing to have him up there. Something Gold, Dr. Gold, and or Mr. Gold. Super villain vibes, Nathan. Yes, exactly, Nathan. Yeah, Mr. Gold, you know. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Like, yeah, right. This, yeah. What was that? What was that movie? Hi, baby. What was that? You want a shag? Come on,
Austin Powers.
Austin Powers. Yeah, he could definitely be. He could be a super villain, right? Mr. Gold, show me the UAPs. Show me the money. But yeah, so hats off though to Elizondo, and to Rear Admiral Gallaudet, I think is how you say his name.
And salute to one word answers.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Tabin says Austin Powers. Yes, thank you. My brain has just been dead lately. I cannot remember anything. It's really bad.
I'm getting bad about walking into rooms and forgetting what I walked in for.
Yep. Welcome to 50.
I have said that right now mine is grief brain. So yeah. I totally believe in that.
Excuse.
No, you have no excuse.
My only excuse is trying to get some solid sleep because my stupid shoulder hurts all the time. So, all right. So anyways, let's move on from that. Let's go and talk about the big elephant in the room.
Oh, wait a second. Catherine Jones
what?
Said, thank you for my gifted membership. Whoever it was, that was T-Bone Catherine that gifted you a membership. So she said that she normally watches on her TV, so she can't comment, but came on especially to say thank you.
Oh, well, awesome. T-Bone, once again, T-Bone and his awesome buying of gift memberships. Well done.
So I like that simulation is buffering like Netflix.
Yeah. All right. That fight, dude. That fight was messed up. And I'm talking about Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. I just...
God, how do we could just go from the UFO hearings and Lou Elizondo to what we watched the other night after midnight?
Hey, that was paranormal. Okay. Let's jump over here to everybody's new favorite thing that is going to, according to Richard Dolan, will need to be studied for many years and everything else. And by the way, Richard, you're welcome on this show anytime. Would love to talk to you. All right. So this is the document that was given to Schellenberger, Michael Schellenberger. And he would not give up his sources. And by the way, somebody said they don't know why that Gold guy was sitting at that table in that hearing. It was a waste of time. I totally agree. Totally agree. So Schellenberger got this document and he released it when he gave it to the people at the hearing. And it says here that this document is the result of a multi-year internal investigation into the subjects of unidentified anomalous phenomenon, technologies of unknown origin, TUO, and non-human intelligence, NHI. This investigation was undertaken in response to urgent and credible threats to the public good and safety of the United States. And I see Hides in Long Grass just said, sorry, I'm late, and donated $2 via super chat. Thank you, sir. We appreciate that. We are only 4 super chats away from hitting our goal, and we will do a live Q&A with you guys. So what is this? What is this document? Well, this is a document that was written by some type of investigator who looked into the different technologies and what's going on with the government. So I'm going to zoom in here on section 1. And what was this USAP called that everybody's kind of giggling about with the name? It is Immaculate Constellation. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Patrick O'Leary. Was that a super chat for $1.99? Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Who is that? Catherine Jones? Hello, everyone. Nice to meet y'all. Hey, Catherine. Glad you are here. Welcome. And you must have gotten a gift membership. I'm
Catherine
guessing.
did from.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, welcome. We're glad you are here. Hope you enjoy the show. So, Immaculate Constellation, what is this? It is an unacknowledged special access program, or a USAP, established following the public disclosure of the ATIP ASAP or OSAP programs by Lou Elizondo in 2017. Upon disclosure to Congress, it was determined that this USAP and its collateral information have not been lawfully reported to Congress. All right, so what is it? What was, or what is, or whatever, if it's still even working, by the time we hear about these things, they're long gone. The programs are never stopped, right? If you think ATIP and Arrow and OSAP, any of those programs have ever been stopped, Blue Book, they never stopped. They just changed the names. All right, so here's the mission. Immaculate Constellation's primary mission is collecting imagery intelligence on unidentified aerial phenomenon, UAP, and, now you ready for this? ARV/RV. And then in parentheses, they say reproduction vehicles. Now, wait a minute. RV is reproduction vehicles. What is ARV? Well, ARV stands for alien reproduction vehicles. So these are supposedly crashed craft that have been retrieved, and then the government, possibly ours or another government, is making replicas of these alien vehicles and using them or flying them, testing them, etc. So it goes on to say utilizing tasked and untasked U.S. military intelligence resources. So by tasking, I'm assuming they're talking about spy satellites as part of a network of SAPs. So that could be standard operating procedures or special access programs linked to non-intelligence, non-human intelligence, NHI, and UAP technologies. Immaculate Constellation acts as a nexus, here it is, for collecting, analyzing, and disseminating intelligence on the activities, capabilities, and locations of anomalous aerospace threats that originate from foreign or unidentified sources.
I swear to God that they need a glossary just for all the acronyms.
Oh, absolutely.
Holy crap.
I'm pretty sure that SAP in that line right there is about special access programs. All right. So there's more than one. All right. Let's see. What else does it say? The intelligence within the Immaculate Constellation program primarily consists of high quality. This is what Elizondo had been saying that he has seen. He said it over and over again. He can't produce it, but he said he's seen these things. It's a program primarily consists of high quality imagery intelligence. So IMINT and it's like human intelligence, or SIGINT, which is signal intelligence, and collateral measurement and signatures intelligence, so MASSINT, of UAPs and RVs within Earth's atmosphere. So I don't know if people remember, not too long ago, there was a image from a satellite that showed this huge disc-like UFO flying through or above clouds or something. I think it was during the hurricanes that it was photographed. This is what they're talking about. The collection platforms involved are a blend of tasked and untasked capabilities in low Earth orbit, so LEO, the upper atmosphere, military and civilian aviation altitudes, and maritime environments. That's your USOs. Immaculate Constellation pays particular attention to anomalous aerospace platforms that have been developed through the study or acquisition of technologies of unknown origin by foreign nations or unknown entities. Lockheed Martin, Grumman Northrop, we're looking at you. UAP and RV signatures are preferred operating areas are known to the program, enabling a degree of strategic awareness and warning. Finally, Immaculate Constellation shows that UAP and RVs are operating around the globe, often in close proximity to sensitive foreign assets and locations. Interesting. You guys know you saw the silver orb flying over the base in Iraq? There you go. That's what they're talking about. Let's keep going here. The categorization of Immaculate Constellation as a parent USAP, again, unacknowledged special access program, with various child special access programs under its umbrella indicates a high level of compartmentalization and secrecy. In effect, Immaculate Constellation serves as a central or parent USAP that consolidates observations of UAP and ARV activities detected by tasked and untasked collection platforms. Sophisticated internal information security controls are a major part of the Immaculate Constellation program, which enforces compartmentalization by detecting, quarantining, and transferring UAPs and RV imagery collection incidents before they are circulated within the military intelligence enterprise.
Okay, take a breath. Take a breath.
Okay.
Taven, look at you.
Oh, Taben, once
Taven snuck in
again,
there again. And
with a $2 super chat.
And
T-Bone
T-Bone snuck in there again
with another $2
Thank you,
super
gentlemen.
chat. Awesome. We are one super chat away from hitting our goal. That's awesome. This is why we have the best audience in the world right here. Okay. In conclusion, let me finish this paragraph and then I'm going to skim the rest of this with you guys. In conclusion, Immaculate Constellation. See, I told you we were going to say this a lot and going to end up on somebody's
This is a
list.
long document.
It is 11 pages. It's just very verbose.
Oh, you mean if we say Immaculate Constellation, we're going to end up on a list?
Yeah.
So I can't say Immaculate Constellation again.
Well, apparently you can't. But
okay, so I won't say Immaculate Constellation again. Okay.
And by the way, just want to let everybody know over on Rumble, we're seeing you in there. So thanks for stopping by. Who is that? Riley 2. So Riley 2 over on Rumble. Thank you. Yeah. So can't say Immaculate Constellation.
No.
So in conclusion, though, Immaculate Constellation shows that the USG, the U.S. government, is not only aware of UAPs and TUOs. Wait a minute. What just happened?
I think we just made our goal.
Oh, Diane Boss. Goal achieved. $2 super chat. There it is. We hit our goal. Woohoo! All right, guys. We'll be doing a thank you very much, Diane. And we'll be doing a live Q&A coming up at some point here. Keep your eyes out, and we'll let you know. That's awesome.
I told you it's going to be while Wayne's on the pain meds. That should be a lot of fun.
Okay, so you want me stoned on pain meds while doing a Q&A. That'll probably be our biggest live turnout.
Probably.
I'll be drooling and, you know.
I don't know if anybody...
Some people do this stoned. I mean, you know, I can't, but anyways, let me finish this. So the data within Immaculate Constellation reveals the capacity of the U.S. Armed Forces and military intelligence community to detect, track, identify, and engage anomalous transmedium platforms. Okay, that's interesting. Immaculate Constellation also demonstrates the extent capability to detect, quarantine, and transfer UAP and RV collection incidents before they are observed and circulated within the military intelligence enterprise, partially explaining why many otherwise cleared members of the military and IC are unaware of UAP activities. Okay, we've heard about, like, on the Nimitz and stuff, guys show up, grab the tapes, grab the disc, the hard drives with the video of the stuff on it, and take them and disappear, right? We've all heard that story. Fravor was talking about it. Ryan Graves talked about it. And that's why they don't have this stuff. And it's just somebody from intelligence. That's all they know. This is probably what they're talking about. This is probably that group. This is why I'm thinking this is, I'm going to say 75% legit. All right. Let's see. Finally, the existence of Immaculate Constellation provides verifiable evidence of the witting participation by elements of the U.S. Armed Forces, Defense Civil Service, and the intelligence community in a global surveillance and reconnaissance mission tasked with monitoring UAPs and ARVs, and RVs. And by the way, oh, look at that. $3.33 sent to us in PayPal by the one, the only Nathan. Nathan, thank you, sir.
3:33.
3:33. Yep. That's when I wake up pretty much every morning. All right,
That
everybody.
was clever.
So what goes on? So the rest of this document talks about different things that they've captured. All right. So no pictures or anything. 12 metallic orbs right here. A cuboid formation of metallic orbs. So on U.S. government networks, there exists daytime FMV and daytime FLIR, so forward-looking infrared footage of a formation of approximately 12 metallic orbs skimming the ocean surface at high speed before dispersing into multiple directions. You guys remember the Go Fast video? You guys remember that one? That video, that little snippet you got, was supposedly from that group of 12 orbs, and that was one of them that split off. So there were more there. Don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure that move fast orb was part of this 12. And when they broke off, the F-18 Super Hornet was able to grab a hold of one of them. And that's what that Go Fast video is. All right. And then we've got the fast mover transitioning over sensitive facilities. That was probably, it says, rapidly comes into frame as it flies over coastal facilities. I believe that might have been the Aguadilla event where you get the craft that's flying over. It's being monitored by the drone or the helicopter. It goes into the water. It pops out of the water. It splits into two and then kind of goes off from there. Yeah, so this is a breakdown of certain things, and you guys are probably going to want to read this. Here's one: INDOPACOM. So Indo-Pac-Com. So I'm not sure where that is. It might be Indo-Pacific Command. Boomerang, UAP observed by pilot and sensor suite. On U.S. government networks, there exists FLIR footage of a swept boomerang UAP maneuvering at a uncertain altitude at a location off the eastern coast of a country. The UAP is tracked against clouds by the sensor suite of the operating craft. The UAP is observed rapidly decelerating to a stationary hover, followed by the sudden emission of a sphere of light from the junction of the two wings, in quotes, which expands to partially engulf the craft in a rotating sphere of light, at which point the available footage ends. Rick Davis says Indo-Pacific Command. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought, because then there's the Northcom jellyfish. Now, everybody made fun of this jellyfish one, except, because of what you guys saw. You only saw a few seconds of this thing that looks like a weird jellyfish or maybe a collection of balloons that's flying over the U.S.-Mexico border. Listen to what the actual report says. On U.S. government networks, there exists FLIR footage of an irregular-shaped UAP flying across the southern border. The UAP appeared in FLIR to be molted irregularly with hot and cold emissions and approximated a jellyfish or floating brain with hanging appendages in appearance. I think all of you guys in there know this. All right. The UAP flew against the wind, so it's not a balloon, with no visible means of propulsion, maintained an unnatural rigidity in its movement and flight path, and maintained a comparatively low altitude to geographic features. An appearance and behavior footage of this UAP violating the airspace of the southern border resembled the same class of UAPs observed near the DoD facilities in Iraq and Afghanistan. There exists at least one compilation video of this class of UAP sourced from DoD Force Protection Assets and Theater ISR, which uses this footage as a point of comparison. Now, one of the things that was said, I believe it was in the UAP hearing. One of the things that they talked about was that jellyfish craft went back over the water, made itself rigid, went down into the water, then came back out, and then just shot right up out of sight. Just ridiculous. It might be in this report. But anyways, and it just goes on to say there's section 3. This talks about common UFO UAP shapes observed in defense HUMINT. So HUMINT, that's Human Intelligence Data Set. So what do they say? You have a sphere or orb, a disc or a saucer, oval or tic-tac, triangles. Now this is the one I'm interested in because this is what Michelle and I had to deal with. Triangles were amongst the rarest UAPs reported in the data. Now, what data? The data that they're talking about here is military personnel. There's nothing here about civilian pilots or people. This is just military. All right. So it says most of these sightings were equilateral triangles, occasionally with vertical stabilizers and quotes visible on the top of the UAP. Elongated isosceles types were also reported, occasionally with the same vertical stabilizers. Then you got boomerangs and arrowheads, and then irregular or organic. The floating brain or jellyfish falls into this. And then it breaks down some other details, size, behaviors, how they seem to act. So this is like a categorization of different UAPs. and then examples, right? And again, you guys can find this report here in just a little bit up on our Facebook group, but let's look at what the conclusion says before we move on to our Facebook group. The official disclosure of the existence of non-human intelligences, NHIs, and their presence on Earth is a pivotal moment in human history. The nature of this information is of such incomparable relevance to the public good that it demands to be shared. Some may object and say that disclosure at this time poses too many risks. To them, it must be said that we will never be able to predict how individuals, families, communities, and nations will react to the revelations of such magnitude. Moving forward, we must guard against the lure of authoritarian solutions justified by expediency and appeals to national security. Lou Elizondo. The good in humanity will always triumph through time, and it is in moments of crisis that our capabilities for achieving the extraordinary are discovered. Be not afraid. And then it looks like there is some Latin, and I'm not sure what that, it looks like science, believe in the science of fire, or does anybody know what that translates to? Scientia igni. I know igni is fire. Scientia is science. Probata. And then veritas per fidem. And veritas, I believe, is trust in, something like that. I don't know. Michelle, why don't you hit the Googles real fast? Or I can do it.
I got it. I got my phone.
You got your phone?
I got my phone.
Oh, here it is. Right here. People must be searching for it. Somebody on Reddit wrote it down. Found at the bottom of a document recently. Hearing, did it mean something of acknowledge awareness, ignite sparks, evidence, proof, truth. Fire test proves gold. I don't know. Truth through loyalty. Knowledge is proven, test it through fire. Truth through faith and loyalty.
Knowledge tested by fire, truth by faith.
There you go. There it is. Knowledge tested by fire. Okay. Rick Davis has got it. And then what is it? What's the second part, hon?
Truth by faith.
Truth by faith. That's interesting. All right. Let's stop this. Boom. That's a big document to talk about.
Big document.
And not even covering all of it. So anyways, like I said, everybody, I'm going to put that in the file section up on our Facebook group, and you can download it yourself if you would like to. All right.
Is it story or video time?
Ooh, good question. Let's go with our Facebook group. But somebody asked in Rumble, what's the name of your Facebook group? It is the Michigan UFO Sightings and Paranormal Encounters Podcast.
Yep. Speaking of Rumble.
Yes, Rumble's awesome.
Riley had popped over.
Oh, okay.
So this is Riley Run Ivy Forest had popped over to say, and it's all caps, so I'm going to read this. Luis Elizondo credibility got hit recently after sharing a clip of UFO from Romania, which was actually a reflection from a chandelier.
Oh.
And you said, okay, back to Rumble. I'm watching there.
Fair enough. We'll have to dig into that.
I was going to say,
Like
haven't seen that clip, but yeah.
This has been just some crazy times. And speaking of crazy times, let's talk about our Facebook group and some sightings going on. This started around November 14th. Now, people are going to chime in here. I'm not going to show you the document that I put together. I just dumped a bunch of stuff into a notepad document, but I thought you guys would love hearing this. All right. And then I'm going to show you guys some pictures. November 14th at 8:34 p.m. Person on our Facebook group. I think I saw a UFO tonight at about 6:30 p.m. in the sky on my drive home from Lansing, Michigan to Portland, Michigan. Yes, we have a Portland, Michigan. It crept closer and closer to the highway, and I only saw two white, yellowish lights on it on 96 West heading towards Portland. I got off on Grand River exit and pulled into New China Buffet parking lot. Everybody loves New China Buffet. The lights are nowhere to be seen now, just vanished, no picture. When I drove under those lights on the highway, all of my hair stood up on end all over my entire body, and it lasted for a good 15 seconds. Static electricity, super creepy. Now, here are some of the responses. And this is how we're sharing information, guys. So here's a response. What's interesting too is that there is a Lowell page that has other sightings on it from around the same area as well, or two. Let me find it and take a photo of it. I had a similar thing happen to me in that same area, only it was about 20 plus years ago. Too weird. Okay. So the person then went and found the list of sightings, and I'm going to show those to you guys now. The ones about Lowell. Okay, so let's zoom on in here. And they highlighted some of these. All right, so here's one, Lowell, Michigan. Saucer-shaped object UFO sighting. Driving east on 96 yesterday night at about 9:30 p.m. Friday, December 8th. Spotted saucer coming down and then hovering on the north side of the highway just before, and that was December 9th of 2023. Going down a little bit further, Grand Rapids, Michigan, saucer-shaped object UFO sighting, 11:54 a.m. I was driving westbound on 96 and observed a glint in the sky to the south and glanced at it. It was a flat saucer-shaped UFO that was a something that was on May 26th, 2023. One of the other ones for Lowell was Lowell, Michigan, vessel UFO sighting. At about 3:30 in the afternoon, I drove down Finn Avenue Northeast in Lowell and watched a spaceship that was sitting on the ground in plain sight in a cornfield. October 29th, 2022. And there's more of these, but these were just Lowell sightings over the last couple years, and found it very, very interesting. And this person happened to remember it. And so that was that document. Now, here's some more responses. Yesterday, November 14th, around 4 p.m., going north on Old 131 between Big Rapids and Reed City, we saw something going west while we were watching it totally disappear. We kept scanning the sky, but did not see it again. We asked what it looked like. When asked what it looked like, it was totally black and odd shaped and fast. Another response. I live in Iona and saw this last summer. It creeped me out. Another response. Michelle, can you see these?
Yeah, I witnessed the same thing around Lake Odessa on Tuesday, 11/12. The night around 9 p.m., just barely moving with two whitish yellow lights on each side. I wish I wasn't on the highway with my kiddos, or I would have stopped because it was bizarre, and I've never seen a plane look like that at night.
Yep.
I couldn't see a shape, just the lights.
Okay, and this is one of our members that came on, found us, joined us, and I'm going to show you some of her images. Michelle, go ahead, and why don't you take that one? Or no, this is a different, I'm sorry, this is a different person.
Is this I saw something huge 3 years ago in April, and I don't tell people about it unless they're close to me, and I know they won't think I'm crazy or making it up, because I'm not. But I will share it here. This thing was just over full-grown maple trees across from the Michigan truck plant. Okay, this is my
is
my
here.
hometown.
Yeah.
This is Wayne, Michigan.
Yep.
So across from the Michigan truck plant off Michigan Avenue in Canton, coming toward Wayne over Elizabeth Road. It blocked out the stars, making a really big blank dark spot that had wavy lines like heat from a street in summer coming of it. No lights at all, just pitch black. But my dog and I could feel it in the ground, and it was silent.
Probably some kind of rumbling or something.
I have a large American bulldog who is not afraid of much, but when he felt it coming, he ran to me and got between my legs and wouldn't budge even after it passed. It took me around a half hour or so to get him to stand up and walk with me. Funny thing, well, because they say animals,
Absolutely,
how animals react.
They sense things like earthquakes and all kinds of
Now,
stuff.
this is what's scary. Funny thing is, I was healthy then, but a few months after I came down with colon cancer and a form of blood cancer and had another heart attack in the 3 years since then. My oncologist joked, saying, am I sure that I was not...
That they didn't pick him up.
Yeah, that they didn't pick him up. That's crazy, because I know exactly where the Michigan truck plant is, up on Michigan Avenue. That's, the Wayne Canton area in Elizabeth.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a street that runs.
So look at what he says. I'm starting to wonder, but I don't remember anything but seeing it and watching it disappear into thin air. This was about as long as a Walmart and totally black rectangle shape. No markings or windows.
So, and where do we see ours?
Yep. Canton.
So
not
just
far.
a couple main roads south.
Here's
of
another
where we
one.
saw it.
Somebody else responded to this. It says, this is nearly the exact location. So I believe this is back up toward Portland. This is nearly the exact location I saw what would be considered by definition a UFO in 2017. Huge, quiet, hovering just above the tree line off 96 West as I was heading east. Triangular, 3 white lights, each on 2 sides, lighting up a cow field. I immediately pulled over within seconds of seeing it to try to take a video. The moment I came to a safe stop and looked, it was gone. Just a matter of seconds. I'll never forget it. It was around the same time of year as well. Later in the night, between 12 and 1 a.m., I was heading to a family Thanksgiving thing. Yeah. Yep. All right. Now, this is Rhonda. This is Rhonda's her sighting. Michelle, you want to read that one? Because I'm going to put up her pictures.
Okay.
That her son took.
You go ahead and put out the pictures and I'll read. So these are paused photos from the quick video my son took from the seat behind me while I was driving. We were already about a mile or so down 96 when he was able to take the video because we were both super shocked from the video. It looked like there was another one that appeared, hence the 2. It was wild watching the bright white light fall. Then the closer it got, the white light turned to 2. Hold on.
Right there.
We had thought it crashed on the north side of the highway on 96. We look over to the north side around Thornapple River area, and there it was. Metallic saucer hovering as I'm trying not to crash, staring at this, shaking, confused. Blue hues from the large windows, 2 white lights on what appeared to be the front, multicolored smaller lights around the underbelly circumference of it. Shadows moved on the ceiling, and there was what I described to the investigator as a box, and my son said it looked like a desk.
Here you go.
The craziest thing I have ever seen. Shocked I couldn't pull over or even pick up my phone. My son finally did. Hold on a second. This is what happens when Wayne uses Notepad.
I'll just turn on the word wrap and shrink it. I mean, I'm using Notepad. It's the basic of the basic.
Okay, so her son did and was able to capture it. Almost like my body was paralyzed. Knuckles were white when I finally made it to West Bloomfield to visit family, and I don't remember much of the drive after we saw it.
Hey, T-Bone, it gets better.
They thought we were nuts when we told our family, yeah, we can take any polygraph test and we'll pass. I threw up after talking with the investigator. That is the feeling that you get after witnessing something like this. I had never even watched Star Wars or Star Trek, never thought I would see anything like this, especially just traveling east on 96.
Yeah. Okay. So that was the rash of sightings and the discussion that was brought up on our Facebook group. Again, you can find our Facebook group by going into the show description and hit our, what is that called? Link tree. And it's in there. Just, you can find it. It's linked on the YouTube channel and everything. If you want to get over there on our Facebook group. Again, my goal for everybody, 10,000 members by January. We can do that. All right. So yeah. So these were the pictures off of her son's phone. And of course, it's a phone. You're talking about moving objects. It's going to be horrible, right? But you can kind of get the idea of the thing splitting and then the weird shapes that it had. It's good stuff. All right, we're not done yet. We had something else happen too. All right. Now, that was that document. Let me jump over here to our Facebook group. Okay. Is this it? I'm looking for Miss Sarah. Here we go. Okay. In our Facebook group on November 4th, she posted, "We have been seeing these spinning colorful objects in the sky since we first noticed them on September 25th. At first, we thought that it was only one. After many weeks of watching, what we have discovered there are several at once, some in the west, some directly over our heads, and one in the east, visible every evening around dusk and into the night. I can watch the brightest one on my 20-minute drive home. These objects twinkle and the colors can be seen with the naked eye, yet they appear to be as high up as stars." Okay. On the second night of watching, we filmed it shooting a light upward, transform and fly over us suddenly, then disappear. Otherwise, they are always relatively stationary other than the spinning. So this was taken in Oshtemo, Michigan. I think that's Michigan. Yeah. Oshtemo. Oshtemo. All right. Let me get this video up. Boom, boom, boom. Let me share it. Boom. Okay. Sorry for the wait. Here we go. All right. So this is the first part. And I've had people say, "Oh, that's an airplane." Watch. Look at the colors on it. That's not an airplane. It looks like a fidget spinner. Airplanes don't look like fidget spinners. One more time, and then I'm going to go to the real crazy one. This is the same. What you're going to see is the same craft here. Okay, so watch. There's the tree line. She zooms in.
Haven't we seen something similar to this? It just didn't split off.
Yep. Now watch.
I always call these orbs.
All right, so you can hear him talking. It looks like a fidget spinner. Right? You can hear him saying that. Now, look at what it does. All right. All right. So let me just point something out. Aircraft have landing lights. They are extremely bright. If it is a large aircraft, they'll have 3, one in the nose wheel and 2 on the wing or the back wheels. All right. Not 1. If it's a large jet, it does not have 1. It's got to have 3. Okay. 3. This has 1. And by the way, when they retract the landing gear and stuff, the lights turn off. Okay. There will never be a time where the landing light of an aircraft would point up into the sky. All right. So I'm going to try to blow this up. Let me see if I can make it. Okay. Full screen. There we go. All right, everybody, check this out. And by the way, the reaction that you hear when you hear somebody who's talking very calm about, while they're making a video, that might make you a little suspicious. When you hear this is where you go, aha, somebody got freaked out. So, all right, nice and loud. Watch. This is that same object. See the light? Now look at the light pattern. Now, is that an airplane strobe? So it's coming toward us, she says. Now I got the volume cranked. I don't hear an aircraft.
Oh, and we live by an airport.
Yeah.
We're used to planes
if the landing
going overhead.
lights.
Yeah. But a plane doesn't strobe like that.
No, it sure doesn't. Now it's going to go right over their heads.
I know.
She's saying it's over our heads. Hold on. I'm going to turn off the banner so you guys can see the top of the video.
But a plane doesn't strobe like that.
So you guys still got it. It's up here.
I know.
And there it went. Look at that. Not a sound.
I know.
It's up here. I'm going to back this up. See if I can find it. There. That is not an aircraft. That thing is moving. And that is not an aircraft at all. No, sorry, Bob. Nope. Nope. If that's an aircraft and she can pick it up looking like that with no sound, then I don't know what kind of aircraft that could possibly be. But it's moving so fast that if I try to seek through it in between seconds, I can't find it. As you guys see, I'm trying to scroll through to find it. I can't. The only way, that's how fast it's going. Right there. Damn it, I missed it.
I was going to say it's easier to track it when you first see it and it starts moving.
Right. You can see how it's lighting up the clouds. There it goes.
Definitely curious about the light that it shot upward.
And no aircraft have strobes that color. All right. So anyways, there's that one. So I told you guys this was crazy what's been going on over here.
Rick said to play it at a quarter speed.
Let me see if it'll let. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. Backing it up.
Well,
yeah. Somebody had some. Okay, here we go.
This is not that kind of channel.
They're right. OnlyFans. There it is. Look at that thing move. You see it move? Come on, man. Look at this thing. Look at it.
Diane said it's a worm.
No, it's zipping. It's moving like so fast. It's changing its position. Here it comes again. Here we go. Look at that. It almost looped. Pretty cool, right, Diane? Diane's like, cool. Yeah. This is Michigan. All right. I got one more for you on the east side over here in West Bloomfield. Okay, come on. I didn't go back that far. Maybe I did. I'm seeing the light. There we go. All right, here it comes again. All right, here we go. Boom. Look at that right there. That is jumping up. You see what I mean, Michelle? Are you seeing that? It's at one altitude and then it jumps. Literally pops right there.
It's like teenagers on a four-wheeler.
Yeah, but up in the sky. Yeah, maybe the grays are messing around. All right. So yeah, pretty cool. Well, I don't know. When you experience these things, one of the last things you think is that's pretty cool. I'm going to tell you. All right. So there's that. All right. Now, next one. So I got to find it here. Again, over on our Facebook group. Come on in. All right. Let me go over here.
Diane, I'm like you. I know that I've seen a couple orbs in the area too.
Mm-hmm.
That pulsating where they just stay stationary and they're not a planet and they're not any sort of satellite.
Right. Okay, so this guy, Michael, is a Facebook member and he says, wow, driving in West Bloomfield, 3 or more flying lights making noise, not a plane at all. Other cars pulled over. It was very cool. Then said that there was a person from the UK that he sent his pictures to and his video to kind of blow up what these things look like. I guess he had a special filters and stuff. He doesn't say who it is. So maybe somebody he knows kind of on the special down low. But what I want to do, okay, so let's do this. I'm going to show you the pictures that he took. All right, let me share this. This is really cool. This was in September. So I want to go to Facebook here, share that. Boom. Now, I know what people are going to say because I said the same thing. Those are reflections of like a drop ceiling light in glass, and he took a picture of it. No, it is not. Because that's what he saw. Okay. There's that where it's kind of cropped in, right? But then there's that. Now you might think, okay, so they zoomed in on it. This is what these craft look like with special filters being used and pulling it out. Okay. So there's that. All right. So come on, man. Really? Okay. All right. So you want more? Okay. All right. I got you. Don't worry. There's more. Of course, there's a video. Now, this video, he took the sound off. I do have the one with the sound on. But this video that you're about to see, he was swearing a lot. Okay. So, you know, he was freaked out because he's dropping F-bombs all over the place. Check this out. They're not Chinese lanterns. They're going against the wind. All right. And like I said, he's dropping F-bombs and stuff, saying, what the F are these? And other people were pulled over watching them. People don't do that with airliners. Airliners don't do that. Military aircraft, that could be a formation, but that
Starlink,
color,
they don't do that. Well, that and they're spaced too far apart.
yeah, they're not even in a real formation.
Yeah, that's what T-Bone, a fleet of them. Yeah, it looks like it.
Yep, absolutely. A fleet of them. All right, and before we wrap it up tonight, because we've been at about an hour and 20 minutes, almost an hour and 30. We got school tomorrow. Remember, we've had a guest on here, Brian M. Bowden, great friend of the podcast. He sent us some very nice words when Michelle's dad passed away, and just a great guy. We're going to get him back on the show here soon.
Time for me to do some remote viewing.
Okay. I'm going to play this and I'm going to mute it. This is from Milwaukee, live Fox 6. It's Wake Up Milwaukee. Thanks for waking up with us. You'll see. I'm going to mute this because I don't want to get copyright. Are you guys ready? This is crazy. Now, the explanation, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you what they say the explanation is. All right. So bear with me here. Here you go. Have you guys seen this? This was Milwaukee. You lived there for many years? Okay. Hey, Blue Crossroads. I have not, Michelle's been paying attention to chat. I've been busy over here, obviously. So if I didn't say, welcome to you and hi, it's not that I don't love you, as Richie would say. Just, I'm doing other things. Look at this. This is over Milwaukee. This is insane.
Is that a video or so? Oh.
This is from their camera on top of their building. I'll play it with sound one time. All right. We might get a copyright. You got to hear what they're saying. Okay. When did this happen? I think it was this morning. I'm not 100% sure. Brian has this up on his Facebook. All right. Now, if I stop this, I'm going to stop it so it's not playing, in a row, so I can cut out the copyright stuff. Here we go. Aliens? I don't know. They legit, you can hear it in her voice. She legit is kind of freaking out. Yeah. Yeah, things are going, it's a swarm of them. Yes, yes it is. Literally. They're going to do some digging and figure out what that is.
Yeah, good luck.
It does. It does look
Yes,
like
yes it does, T-Bone.
right.
Where's the egg? Where's the egg?
But you've heard of swarms. Listen to them all. What was that? What was that? Yeah, so that's over in Milwaukee. Yes, sir.
And poof, they disappear.
Yeah. Yep.
That's crazy.
You want to know what the explanation was? What they were thinking it was?
What?
Seagulls. Seagulls. You ever see seagulls zip around and give off light?
How many people were down on the ground throwing food in the air?
Look how high up
I
they
know.
are. Seagulls don't fly that high.
No,
Come on.
they stay low.
Yeah. I'm okay, I got some information. This was February 27th, 2018, around 4:43 a.m. downtown Milwaukee. Fox 6. Yeah. So there you go. Not recent.
I've never seen seagulls that active at that time in the morning.
Hold on a minute. Well, there's that, right? But
I
here's what
agree with-
Nathan says. And Nathan is 100% right. Alien Girl says it's near endgame for ufology secrets. I want it to be true. Yes, sir. It's
So, and Dorothy said seagulls are usually down low where the food is. That's
Yeah.
exactly because they're just flying rats.
yeah, you know how much energy they would have to expend? They don't have the body plan for that. That's
Nope.
not what they're designed for.
But Tabin said it best. Seagulls, my balls.
Oh my God, you almost made me spit out my water.
That right there.
And that's how we're going to end the show, ladies and gentlemen, with seagulls, my balls.
As we wrap up the Immaculate Constellation.
Yeah, immaculate seagulls.
I had to say that again. Oh, we need the poll. Don't forget.
Oh yeah. All right, so the first poll ended somehow. I don't think they liked it, and then this one's been going now for 8 hours. So 28 votes. What do you think about the Immaculate Constellation Documents Program? I'm not sure, said 46%. Good choice. You're on someone's list now. 18% told us that. Yeah, we're on a list. Hey, maybe it's a job list, if you want a guy with a bad shoulder. Garbage or fake, 11%. Yeah, right. Keep that arm down. And then the real deal, 25%. I think it's the real deal. I think they were investigating these unacknowledged special access programs. Now, Sean Kirkpatrick, former Arrow leader, manager, whatever, said that the UFOs, UAP thing in DC is what he calls a self-licking lollipop. Because it's this person says this person says this person says this person, and it comes back around, and it's always like these same people trying to push some kind of agenda, and then it spreads out. Now, I will say this. This is the only thing I've heard, and Micah Hanks, our friend over there at the Debrief, was talking about this on one of his shows the other day, and we're going to wrap it up after this. He said, if you got people that are in some very secretive programs, what's one of the best way to test their security and their loyalty? Show them something that's completely fake. Have them walk past a hangar have them walk past some videos playing and let them see it, and it's UFO stuff and it's doctored and made up, and then see if there's a leak. So some real spy on spy kind of stuff, right? So anyways, it's something to think about, right? It's something to think about. But I want to tell you guys, it's been a great night. We're glad to be back. You guys are awesome.
Yep. Keep an eye out for that special Q&A.
Yes.
Episode.
We'll see. Maybe it'll be. You're pointing in the wrong direction, Michelle, but okay. We're mirrored, remember? So if I go like this, I'm actually pointing at you. I got to look over here at the wall to look at you. So, but yeah, it's been a great night, everybody. We're glad to be back. The next time you see me, I'll be in a sling for sure. But we're glad you guys could join us. And we are, again, hopping like crazy over on that Facebook group. It is going off. And dudes, ladies, everywhere in between, cats, dogs, we want to thank you for our very first goal for super chats being hit. I mean, unbelievable. 10 super chats, and we got 10 super chats. And we just love you guys. You guys are the best.
And thank you again, T-Bone, for the 5 memberships that you added.
Yep. So Friday morning is my shoulder surgery. Gary says good luck. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, everybody. I think we're going to wrap this.
I'll post a message on the Facebook group.
Yeah, let you guys know whether I survived or not. So it's a pretty common surgery. But all right, once again, thank you, everybody. We want to say, once again, thank you to the Diz Loki, Patrick O'Leary, Taben R, Gary T, Eddie Tab, Diane Boss, Mecca, Mickey, T-Bone, Dorothy Hawkins, Jeanette Angel, Callie Lewis, Richard and Fern Harrison, and Nathan from the Quantum Show. And then next week, we'll have 5 more people to thank. So with that being said, Michelle, what do we got to do?
Keep your eyes to the sky.
That's right. Keep your eyes to the sky. And we are out. Thank you guys. Peace and love.